join us. The Chancellor has been speaking for over an hour and has said nothing of any great interest.
And I'm much moved, I must confess, by a series of petitions protesting at the very high level of taxation leveled against cigarettes, drink, and petrol. I've therefore decided to remove all duty on those items. Instead, I shall place duty of 100% purchase price on the following.
And here come the new items which will be heavily taxed.
Wheelchairs, white sticks, false limbs, glass eyes, and diarrhea medicine. Observers will notice I have deliberately chosen to penalize those members of the community who can't hit back.
So, no change there.
Gentlemen, Carl Reiner and Sid Caesar being introduced by Billy Crystal and our pal Whoopi.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead, Billy. This means a lot to you. I know it does.
These are the people I really wanted to introduce more than anybody. This is the reason I became a comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Reiner and Sid Caesar.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. We are privileged to have with us tonight a man who is reported to be the world's total authority. He has authored many scientific books, among them books on jet propulsion, space, mountain climbing, quantum mechanics, high-energy physics, and he's reported to be one of the world's greatest automatic transmission specialists. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Ludwig von Know-It-All. Professor, I can't tell you, Professor, what a great pleasure it is for me to be here with you tonight.
You know what an honor it is for me to be here. Amongst the exhilarating people and what's beautiful performers. I mean, it's an honor to be here. They're going to have food here later, right?
Oh, I imagine they might be.
Because I would like a nice pickle.
Well, they'll have something backstage, Professor.
Okay, as long as we can.
Professor, you've written a book about mountain climbing, which I found fascinating.
You read my chapter on falling?
No, I haven't read the chapter.
Oh,
I'm reading
now.
now.
You want to climb a mountain, you got to know how to fall.
Yes, well, I'm reading the chapter now about safety, and would you do, here's just a hypothetical question.
Sure, go ahead.
Suppose you were up 22,000 feet. Yeah. You're on a sheer cliff.
Yeah.
And your safety rope breaks.
Yeah.
What can you do to save yourself?
Well, there's a lot you can do, but you haven't got much time.
I see.
Yeah. Let's see. Now, you're 22,000 feet up on the sheer side of a cliff.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, your safety rope snaps. Immediately. And boy, I mean immediately.
Yes.
Immediately you see that rope snap, immediately you fill your lungs with air. And you start to scream. And you keep screaming all the way down.
Well, what good is screaming?
So they'll know where to find you.
I see. Well, is there no alternative safety
you
method?
have an alternative. Again, you have about 2 seconds. Immediately you see the rope, you see the rope, you're 22,000 feet up, you see the rope start to snap. Immediately, I mean, don't hang around, you know what I mean? Yes. Just do that there. Immediately you see the rope snap, immediately you spread your arms.
Yes.
And you start to fly as hard as you can.
Sir, man does not know how to fly. He cannot fly.
How do you know? You may be the first one, boy.
Yes, that's true.
You got nothing to lose. You can always go back to screaming. That's always waiting for you.
What? That's true. Sir, what method do you prefer?
I'm a flying screamer. I fly, I scream, I don't want to flop.
Sir, have you ever actually fallen?
I took a flop from Mount Slippery.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. 19,444 feet.
Were you hurt?
It was a miracle. See the little tip of my finger here?
Yes.
That's all that's left of the original me. All the rest is new.
Oh.
I used to be a short redhead.
He the bloke who sold you that dodgy hi-fi, is he?
No! The bloke who wrote the book about Lennon.
Oh, him, yeah.
I mean, I'm not an emotional man, you know that.
No.
I'm not somebody who cries easily,
No,
right?
you're not, right.
You remember the night Lennon died?
I do.
Oh, I stubbed my toe on that old bedstead out the back of the shed. I cried my eyes out. But I hobbled for days.
Yeah, you did. I remember you hobbling, yeah.
And every time I hobbled, I thought of Lennon, the pure genius of the man. And now, this Arnold Goldman is spreading the most terrible slanders and libels on Lennon's name.
Well, when you think you went to all that trouble to start that Russian Revolution. Nobody's got a good word to say about him now, have they? I mean,
not Lenin.
Not Lenin.
Lennon. John Lennon of the Beatles. John Lennon.
Oh, him, yeah.
Yeah, it's him.
Was he dead then?
Of course he's dead. Of course. God, blimey, Mark Chapman gunned him down in cold blood, didn't he? And I'll tell you something. He didn't just kill John Lennon. He killed a whole generation.
Did he? So he had a pretty big machine gun with him then.
And now the things this Goldman is saying in his book, I mean,
what is he
terrible.
What is he said then? Yeah.
He's saying that Lennon took drugs.
He never.
He did. John Lennon, that's what he said. He's saying he took drugs.
Yeah.
And that he wore National Health granny spectacles. and that he had long hair down around his shoulders.
Oh, that's disgraceful.
And they say that he married a beautiful, talented Japanese artist.
Well, that is just a downright lie.
I'm distraught.
So I can see you're distraught. I know you're. I've never seen you like this.
That man was more than just the greatest rock musician who ever lived. He was a symbol.
Was he? Well, that must have been handy for Ringo then.
The Breakfast Breather this morning, Mel Smith, Griff Rhys-Jones, head-to-head in conversation.
Good evening. Tonight on It's the Mind, we examine the phenomenon of déjà vu. That strange feeling we sometimes get that we've lived through something before. That what is happening now has already happened tonight. On It's the Mind, we examine the phenomenon of déjà vu. That strange feeling we sometimes get that we live... Anyway, tonight on It's the Mind, we examine the phenomenon of déjà vu. That strange... Good evening. Tonight on It's the Mind, we examine the phenomenon of déjà vu. That strange feeling we sometimes get. That we've lived through something. Good evening. Tonight on It's the Mind, we examine the phenomenon of the déjà vu. That extraordinary feeling. Quite extraordinary. No, fine, thanks, fine. Oh. Okay. That strange feeling we sometimes get that we've lived through something before. No, fine, thank you, fine. Thank you. That strange feeling. No, fine, thank you, fine. Thank you. Look, something's happening to me. I think I better go and see someone. Good night.
Boy, haven't I seen you somewhere before?
No, Doctor, no. Something very funny is happening to me. seen you somewhere before?
No, Doctor, no.
Something very funny is happening to me. Oh, Miss Belfort, your leg's so swollen.
Popular demand, Scotty. Here's Victoria Wood.
Hello. No, it's all right. You don't have to shout hello back. It's not Dick Whittington. Good job I didn't fancy bringing the piano on in a spotted hanky. Well, look, welcome to the Dome. One of Brighton's more glamorous and attractive venues. Yeah? No, it's very nice to be here. It's very nice to have found it, apart from anything else. Bit of trouble with the one-way system. I could see it. Couldn't get at it, unfortunately. In the end, I decided the best thing to do is to get it in my rear-view mirror and reverse towards it. It's the only thing I could do. Anyway, it's nice to be here in Brighton. Seems a nice place. Classy and yet somehow seedy at the same time. I like it. God, the shops are expensive, aren't they? I saw a really expensive hand-knitted sweater, £175. That was in the Oxfam shop. I've been to Laura Ashley. I ran in, shouted, polyester, and ran out again. You all right down there? Horrible seats, aren't they? I saw them this afternoon when I was hoovering. I thought, it's horrible. No, this place was filthy at 2:30, I tell you. I complained. I said, is there no cleaner in this theatre? They said, yes, there's that little man over there with a little mop of grey hair. I said, well, that's very unhygienic. You should use a proper mop. No wonder the place was filthy. My dressing room's horrible. It is. I never get a nice dressing room there, wherever I go. I did the Royal Variety Show last year. They put me in the same dressing room with Frank Carson, Stan Boardman, Bernard Manning, and Angela Rippon. And God, she knows some filthy jokes. And just about 2 months ago, I did the Edinburgh Festival, and they put me in the same changing room as Rudolf Nureyev. But that was quite good, because that meant I could sort of use his facilities. You know, I could watch his television and had to lie down in his hammock, you know. Well, I think it was his hammock, I don't know. Now, they didn't get that at all in Eastbourne the other night, so... Anyway, I hope you enjoy the show. I put my best jacket on for you this evening. This is specially made for me by the famous haute couturier Maison Renée, or Renée Mason, as we call her. No, she's marvellous. She does it all herself. She's 103, and she operates from a mobile home in a lay-by just outside Cleveland. She's marvellous. She is colourblind, unfortunately. It's very sad. No, she can't tell red from blue at all. She once tottered into a brothel thinking it was a police station. Oh, I've had my hair cut specially for you as well, because I had to have it cut because I had a disaster with it last week. I decided I'd put henna on it and go red at home. Put all this henna on. I did what it said. Put the henna on. I wrapped it in a hot tea towel. And I sat in the airing cupboard for 4 days. And I don't know if it was the henna or the tea towel, but when I took it off, I had pure Irish linen written all around my head like that. Anyway, I've had ever such an exciting journey to get to you. I set off in my car and I'm whizzing along down the motorway. And that was all right till I got stuck behind a caravan. I hate caravans. I hate when you're all whipping down the fast lane at 75 miles an hour and they're stood up in the back cooking chips. I hate it. And I'm whizzing down the motorway and I was thinking, I could have flown here, you know. I could have flown on the Manchester shuttle. Except the planes that fly out of Manchester are so old, you know. I usually end up sitting next to the rear gunner at the back. And you never get a proper movie either because the flying time is so short. You usually just sort of get a black and white film of one of the air hostesses on the beach at Cromer in 1957 or something like that. And I'm whizzing along the motorway and I was thinking, I could have come on a train. I could have come into city. But whenever I go into city, I always seem to end up sitting opposite the woman who's eating the individual fruit pie, you know, by sucking the filling up through the hole in the middle. In fact, the last time I went into city, I was sitting there and there was a couple across the aisle having sex. Well, this being a British train, nobody said anything. All like this. When they finished, they both lit up a cigarette, and this woman stood up and said, "Excuse me, I think you'll find this is a non-smoking compartment."
Right, I've got some of your prescriptions here. Who's got the pox? Come on, who's got the pox? Come on. Who's got a boil on the bum? Boil on the body. Who's got the test rash? Have to get a bigger bottle. Who's got wind? Catch.
The BBC would like to apologise for the poor quality of the writing in that sketch. It is not BBC policy to get easy laughs with words like bum, knickers, botty or wee-wees.
These are the words which are not to be used again on this programme.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I'd like some aftershave, please.
Certainly, sir. Walk this way, please.
If I could walk that way, I wouldn't need aftershave. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like some aftershave.
A toilet requisite. Would you like to try this, sir? It's our very latest. It's called Sea Mist.
I quite like it.
How about something a little more musky? This one's called Mimo.
Not really, no. Have you anything a little fishier?
Fishier?
Fishier.
Fish. A fishy requisite.
Like halibut or sea bass.
Or bream?
Yes.
No, we haven't got any of that. I've got mackerel or cod or hake.
You haven't got anything a little more halibutish?
Parrot? What's that doing there? Or skate with just a hint of prawn. Or crab, tiger and almonds, very unusual.
I really had my heart set on halibut.
Well, sir, we had a fishing consignment in this morning, so I could nip down to the basement and see if I can come up trumps with this particular requisite. So it was halibut or...
Sea bass.
Sea bass. Won't be a moment.
Sorry about this. Normally we try and avoid these little pauses, long goes. Only dramatically he's gone down to the basement, you see. Of course, there isn't really a basement, but he just goes off and we pretend. Actually, what happens is he just goes off there, off camera, and just waits there, so it looks as though he's gone down to the basement. Actually, I think he's rather overdoing it.
Oh, sorry, sir. Lot of steps. Well, I'm afraid he didn't come in this morning, sir, but we have got some down at our Kensington branch. I'll just nip down there and get it for you.
Oh, how long will that be?
20 minutes.
20 minutes? I wonder what other people use for aftershave lotion.
I use a body rub called halitosis. It makes my breath seem sweet. I use an aftershave called Sam-Creamy.
Sorry, can't stop now. Go get the Kensington. I use 2 kinds of aftershave lotion. Frankincense, myrrh, 3 kinds of aftershave lotion. Frankincense, myrrh, and 4 kinds of aftershave lotion. Frankincense.
I have a cold shower every morning just before I go mad. And then I go mad 1, mad 2, mad 3, mad 4. I use Francis Polecat #2. Keeps my skin nice and scaly.
Oh, sorry again. Can't stop. Got to get back.
Well, I'm afraid they don't have any in our Kensington branch, but we have got some down at the depot.
Where's that?
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen?
It's all right. You wait here. I've got a car.
No. I'll take the other. The crab, tiger, and...
Almond requisite.
I'll take it.
Right! Now then.
Your turn. Aren't you going to say, what's all this, then?
Oh, right. What's all this then?
This man has been shoplifting, officer.
Oh, yes?
Yes.
Are you trying to tell me my job?
No, but he's been shoplifting.
Look, I must warn you that anything you may say will be ignored. And furthermore, given half a chance, I'll put my fist through your teeth.
Batang!
But, officer, this man here...
Look, I've had enough of you. You're under arrest.
Officer, it wasn't him. He's the shoplifter.
No, I'm not.
He's not. I'm a witness.
One more peep out of you and I'll I'll do you for heresy.
Heresy? Blimey, I didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition.
Shut up! For tang, for tang!
Oh, that's nice.
Right. I'm taking you along to the station.
What for?
I'm charging you with illegal possession of whatever we happen to have down there. Right. Lunar module calling Buzz Aldrin, come in. Raindrops keep falling on my head. But that doesn't mean that much.
The BBC would like to apologise to the police about the character of Police Constable Pan Am. He was not meant to represent the average police officer. Similarly, the reference to Buzz Aldrin, the astronaut, was the product of a disordered mind and should not be construed as having any other significance.
Thank you, darling.
It's so nice to be here. And everything I'm wearing, you like what I'm wearing? Because it's all been lent to me. Lent to me. Those scum at the airlines have lost all my clothes, all my luggage. Everything I'm wearing has been lent to me or found. This sweater, which I love, I found in the closet right next to Liberace. Isn't that lucky? It's just... Oh, grow up. Just grow up. Liberace is gay. He's carrying Truman Capote's baby. Everybody... Oh, sure. Everybody knows that. He would have been here tonight, but he had a yeast infection. His big fantasy is to have Tom Selleck as a proctologist. And you know how I know who's gay and who's not gay? Can we talk here? Let me tell you how I know who is gay and who is not gay. I read the National Enquirer. Don't you read the Enquirer? Who said no? Are you kidding? What do you read when you go to the bathroom? I cannot go. I open up the Enquirer. I automatically go. It's Spanish. It's replacing bran muffins. It is. Let me tell you why I love the Enquirer, okay? Let me tell you why I love it. I love the Enquirer because it is filled with stupid stories. If you want to read something intelligent, then don't buy the Enquirer. We don't need you. Then you buy the New York Review of Literature, you buy the Partisan Review, you buy the Harper's, you buy Atlantic, the National Enquirer, UFO sightings. That's the caliber, right? UFO sightings, and never by anybody intelligent. Have you ever noticed that? A UFO has never landed at Harvard or Yale or Princeton. It's always two Coors beer in a recreational vehicle. I saw it. I was skinning rabbits mid-wood. It's screaming. I enjoyed it. And a sauce has never landed on a Jewish lawn because we would turn it over to see who made it. Let me say, because I read every issue. Do you read it? Oh, how can you not read it? Then you missed about me and Sinatra. I was in the National Enquirer. I am suing Frank Sinatra for support for the 4 years I would have lived with him if he had asked me. Oh, yes. See, that they look at me. That's a very Beverly Hills joke. Because out here at Beverly Hills, everyone's... The only worry about is palimony and drugs. Oh, druggy. Look how quiet the room got. Oh, because everything is druggy. Am I right? You into drugs? Yeah, I figured. Yeah, you look at it. You're laughing 4 jokes back. That's what tipped me off. See, I'm not... Can we talk here? I'm not into drugs. Not into drugs. Every once in a while, when I'm feeling a little depressed, I take some Fresca and throw it on a panty shield. It picks you right up. You could just disco all night. Let's go. Because in California is druggy. Oh, come on. Oh, look how quiet the room goes. Oh, please. California, if it is white and it's on the table, they are going to sniff it. Oh, yes. I have a friend who OD'd in the beauty shop on dandruff. I can tell you, Stanley!
He did particularly well in the UK was Noel Edmonds of Radio 1, and here he is. It's self-explanatory. Check it out.
A young Australian gentleman staying with a group of Scots was gradually, over a period of some 6 months, given the impression that the world-famous haggis was in fact an animal. And if he played his cards right, he could actually be invited to take part in a haggis shoot.
Hello?
Good morning. Could I speak to Charles Deans, please?
Speaking.
Good morning. My name is Patterson. I have been sent a letter by Magnus McFarlane on your behalf. Are you aware of the existence of Mr. McFarlane?
I'm aware of him, yeah.
You are? Mm-hmm. I'm president of the Stirlingshire Haggis Sporting Association, and he said that you would be interested possibly in taking part in one of our shoots.
Yeah, I am. I think we all are.
Have you done much shooting?
Afraid not. I haven't been in Scotland for very long, so I haven't had an opportunity to do... Oh, you mean shooting as in general shooting?
Yes, yes.
No, I haven't, no.
What sort of shooting? I mean, obviously we can't have someone coming on one of our shoots who knows nothing about guns. How much of a novice are you?
Oh, well, I have done shooting, but I only at targets and that sort of thing. I used to sell guns in a shop, so I have a theoretical knowledge of their workings and that sort of thing.
Do I detect from your accent that you're not from these shores?
I'm what?
You're not from this part of the world.
I think you'd be right in assuming that. I'm Australian.
Are you? Oh, yeah. Splendid. Well, we haven't had a foreigner on one of our shoots. That would be splendid. How much has Mr. McFarlane told you about the association and what happens on the shoot?
Well, nothing at all, actually. So, it's all news to me. Haven't heard anything.
Are you aware about clothes and that sort of thing?
No.
We're pretty tough on clothes. Traditional garments are normally worn because it's pretty rough territory out there. Mm-hmm. Have you got a deer stalker and boots?
Oh, yeah, I've got a deer stalker, all right.
You've actually got one? Are you serious?
Yeah, no, look, I've got one. We went out a couple of weeks ago and I was forced into buying one, so...
Terrific.
Yeah.
Jolly good. Mm-hmm. The idea you would be with a couple of other novices who hadn't actually been on a haggis shoot before, and we blood the haggis. You have to, it's just a little ritual. Dip your fingers in the blood, rub it on your forehead, that sort of thing. If you haven't actually shot anything before, you're gonna have an absolute blinder problem trying to get the little thing, aren't you? There aren't many of them around. I wonder if the thing we've got to do really is get together beforehand and get you shooting at a few dummy ones. Sorry?
Right. Dummy haggises, yeah.
Did I say something wrong?
No, nothing actually, yeah.
Why did you find that amusing?
I actually heard that haggis were low-flying birds which move with a great speed. And to shoot dummies, I really wouldn't imagine that be very effective.
Well, they do certainly fly low. They do. I've never seen one fly. What do you mean they fly? Are we both talking about the same thing?
Oh, yeah, we are, actually, but...
I hope you're not having me on, Mr. Deans. I hope this is not some sort of joke. I mean, we do take this very seriously.
I appreciate that. No, actually, look, I have heard a couple of conflicting views. One is that the haggis is a small member of the pig family that looks a little like a bird, and the other is that it's actually a low-flying bird that looks a little like a pig, so...
A bit of each.
Sorry?
A bit of each.
It's a bit of each, yeah.
It's a bit of each.
But in any case, it moves very fast, so...
Right.
Shooting at dummies, I don't know whether...
Don't you have them in... where did you say you come from, Canada?
Australia.
Australia. Don't you have them there?
No, haggis, no. God, we've got kangaroos and wallabies and that sort of thing.
You shoot them?
We do, but I haven't shot any, no.
Well, I think you might find this one a bit of a tricky bird. When are you available for the first shoot of the season?
Oh, when does the season start? I'm available.
It starts on March the 24th. We call it the Glorious 24th.
Glorious 24th. Yeah, terrific. That'd be great.
You'd be free then?
I think so, yeah. I don't think I've got anything planned on that weekend. I'm sorry I didn't catch the name of the association. What was that?
I'm not surprised you didn't. I don't believe this.
Oh, God, I don't believe it either. I think you're that guy from the radio, aren't you? You're not going to bloody put this on, are you? It's not on the radio at the moment. I think we're listening to your station. You can't... Look, don't put this on.
The Breakfast Breather brought to you for the compliments.
And to give you, for those of you who don't know what I do, that must include me, really. I've never really understood what I do, but I've been intrigued for many, many years, since I was a wee boy, with the way ordinary people behave. And I've often looked at people. I seem to see things that people don't just take. I was in Los Angeles, and this is the truth. There was a sign, and it said, "To the Braille School." Who is it for? And I thought, why don't they do all road signs in Braille? People stop, go like that. Oh, yeah. And it's odd, I must say. But there's something about I don't understand very much. I'm not saying love me, I'm thick, right? But there's a lot of things that my brain won't allow me to understand. Because they're so incredibly boring. Especially with politics. You get 2 pages, you go, oh, who cares? I mean, that's how I've become a kind of anarchist, I think roughly the desire to be a politician should bar you for life from ever being one. Watching them, don't vote, it encourages them. Watch them. I mean, isn't that awful? But anyhow, I tend to look at it slightly different. And I look at singers on the telly, and I look at Scottish singers, and I think, what are you doing? And you see, I'm a Scottish person, right? You probably noticed. And I look at these Scots on telly. They're sort of singing shortbread tins. It's the whole nation. They're singing about this garbage. Oh, the mountains over here and the hills over there. Somewhere in the river and I'm roaming in the gloaming. Bonny purple mountains and the sun is going up. I don't even begin to understand that. Because the folk music is actually wonderful, but they avoid that like the plague in order to sing this stuff. And it's all written here in London. With strange wee men who have never seen Scotland. And one of them got found out about 5 years ago. He wrote a song called The Blue Misty Hills of Tiree. But if you've ever been in Tiree, it's like a billiard table. Oh, the misty blue hills. And there's this never-ending line of Highland weird people. I mean, I'm not saying the Highland people are an amazing race of people, lyrical, nice people. But there's this section who keep turning up on television in Scotland. The Brine Island shirt and a space in the teeth. And the wee badger handbag there. Mountains and rivers and Bonnie Morag and the Roman and the Gloaming. And it's a very strange affair. And then there's the Gaelic ones. You've probably seen them. They say hello to you all the time when they're singing. Hello, hey, oh. See, I've always had trouble with communication. And it started at home. Nobody could ever talk to me. You say, Dad? You say, what? And everybody I knew was the same, all my friends. And the people couldn't communicate properly with them. They didn't talk about generation gaps because it wasn't a problem. You just battered the children. You're a stupid person! And on it went. It was just... But they used to say strange things to you. Say, can I go out on my bike? What? Bike? I'll give you a bike! I've got a bike. Come to me like that! And don't think that about me, boy. Can I go to the pictures? What? Pictures, is it? I'll pictures you, my lad. What does that mean? There's lots of things I don't know. I'll make you smile on the other side of your face. Slash me! Look, there's one they use in Scotland. I'll take my hand off your face, my boy. It's the putting on at high speed I didn't fancy. No. That's another thing I love, is adverts. I love the lie. I like lies on that scale. Especially, because there's nothing wrong with lies. They're fabulous things. I'm a liar for a living. There's no one to take my word for it. There is no recession. I am loaded. The Dow Jones Index, I don't even know who the man is. Right. Wouldn't speak to him if I did. So, what was I about to say? On a Saturday morning, in the papers, you get these adverts for things that they obviously can't sell. And the people are going, oh, fuck yeah. Leave it. What? You know, a combined cigarette lighter and coat hanger or something. Right, so, you know those kind of things, you know, hat and shoes to match. So, yeah, you know the kind of thing, you know, open neck flannels. Bowler hat with sleeves, you know the kind of... People have the sort of ideas and they go, that'll take on. So on a Saturday morning they appear. Trench coats. Smart trench coats. State size. And there's always a drawing. There's never photographs of these. There's always a drawing of some other bloody coat. You certainly know the one you're getting through the post. And they sell great. I've always been tempted to send away, especially for the big slipper. Have you seen the big slipper? I think these adverts are for people they're aimed at a section of the community who don't go anyplace. They watch the telly all the time. You know, well, I suppose your trench coat, you can watch telly in your trench coat if you like. But it's a one big slipper. And you put your 2 feet in it. And you watch television. In your slipper. And each in a family can have a slipper each. I was always going to buy 2. I was going to buy a pair and leave them in the fireplace. When I'm going out at night, in case a burglar comes in.